available? Oh, so so demure. And she is an organizer with my alma mater, VCU, where all that stuff got started in 1969, but I'm not that old. She is an organizer for the VCU students whose specific mission is reclaiming Richmond's African burial ground. Let's welcome Amy.
I'll correct it. Amen.
Ame, I'm sorry. Ame.
Yes, my name is Amen.
Ame.
First, I'd like to, I know that it says I'm an organizer and a student and someone who does this kind of work. But I'd first like to presence my humanity.
That's right.
And I'd like to presence that I see all of y'all's humanity. And it is because of that understanding and that appreciation that I'm here today. Because I'm able to see you all because I have a connection with my history, with my ancestors and those that came before me.
That's right.
That is why I have struggled and am a part of this movement to reclaim the African burial ground. And so I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention a few of these important things that have transpired since. There was a press conference to transfer the land from VCU over to the city. And they wanted to make that movement, that action, seem as if a resolution had been made. But I'm here today to make it very clear that simply because the city has said that they will purchase the land from VCU, it does not mean that the struggle or the fight is over. They're still parking cars and they will still continue to park cars. They had reiterated several times that they had heard the voice of the people and then they were expressing this movement with the purchase of the land. And, I tried to make it very clear that simply because you've made a money transaction, it doesn't mean that you've heard our voice, because the voice that we have regarding the burial ground specifically is to remove the cars off of the land. You do what you must do after that. But until you do that, you haven't done what we have requested. So, but I also had something else to mention, that as we continue to fight for the reclamation of the African burial ground and to end the desecration of this land, is the most important thing that we can do, that I can do, is presence our humanity, that which makes us human, and make that how we really cause change. Make that the revolution. That it doesn't matter really, whether someone is white or black, rich or poor, goes to VCU, VUU, lives here or in Charlotte or across some ocean, that none of that stuff really, really matters. And I know that deep within that most of the work that we're doing now is because we care about the generations that will come. We care about our young ones. So that legislation to keep people from getting an education, that's something we got to move on.
That's right.
That's something we must be urgent about.
That's right.
And so when you look at another human being, smile, connect with the humanity of another person, and that is how we can get this thing moving. That's how we can make change actually happen, is that we connect with what's real with all of us. We all have different passions, we all have different ways of expressing ourselves, but the same thing that makes us really care is the same thing within me, and it's the same thing within you. And if you can appreciate it for the generations to come, you can value it in the generations that were before. That's the value in the burial ground. That's the value in making sure legislation doesn't get passed. So the most important thing that I can leave you with in my growth and evolution as I'm continuing this struggle, continuing to be involved, is to fly. Get your wings. Get that everyone has wings. We all have them. They're important. They are what make us who we are. And until we can support and value each other, look at each other in our eyes, acknowledge the humanity in another human being,
That's right.
then this same stuff will keep happening.
That's right.
It'll just keep happening. So don't be afraid to fly. Don't be afraid to stand. Don't disappear in the back, and don't squash somebody else's wings because you haven't noticed yours. All you got to do is get your wings. Get them. They're there. Flap them, and fly so that we can really have a better tomorrow. Thank you.